Can you even fathom it? Just when you thought the NBA had exhausted its supply of mind-bending narratives, of superstar pairings that defy logic and ignite the imagination, a whisper, then a rumble, and now a full-blown roar emerges from the heart of the league, threatening to shatter everything we thought we knew. For years, it was the ultimate hypothetical, the dream scenario whispered in hushed tones by fans and analysts alike. What if Stephen Curry and LeBron James, the two titans who have defined an era, could somehow impossibly join forces? It was a fantasy, a beautiful, unattainable vision. Until now. Because the impossible, my friends, just got a whole lot more plausible, and the very ground beneath the NBA is shaking with the tremors of a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the entire landscape. LeBron James to the Golden State Warriors. Remember the magic of the 2024 Olympics? The effortless synergy, the dazzling chemistry, the sheer dominance as Curry and James, draped in the red, white, and blue, carved up international competition. They were electric, a force of nature, reminding us all that even in their twilight years, their combined brilliance could still illuminate the basketball world. That Olympic run wasn't just a fleeting moment of international glory. It was a tantalizing glimpse into a future that, until very recently, seemed confined to the realm of video games and fan fiction. Yet, here we are, standing on the precipice of a reality where that very dream could materialize, a reality that would send shockwaves across the globe and redefine the final chapters of two of the greatest careers in sports history. The clock is ticking for both legends. Stephen Curry, the undisputed architect of the Golden State dynasty, is mounting for what could be his final glorious charge. With the addition of a tenacious talent like Jimmy Butler and the unwavering presence of Draymond Green, the Warriors are clearly signaling their intent for one last, desperate push for championship glory. This isn't just about winning. It's about cementing legacies, about squeezing every last drop of greatness from a core that has already delivered so much. For Curry, the pursuit of a fifth ring, especially one alongside his greatest contemporary, would be the ultimate capstone. Meanwhile, in the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, a seismic shift is underway within the Los Angeles Lakers organization. For years, the franchise has been inextricably linked to LeBron James, his every move, every decision dictating their trajectory. But now, the focus is undeniably shifting. The Lakers are pivoting, strategically aligning themselves with the timeline of a different young superstar, Luka Doncic. He is the future in Hollywood, the generational talent around whom the next era of Lakers basketball will be built. This strategic reorientation, while logical for the long-term health of the franchise, inevitably raises uncomfortable questions about LeBron's immediate future. After recent reports regarding James' eagerness to compete for one final title, an eagerness that perhaps isn't being fully met in Los Angeles, the possibility of the legendary forward being moved has opened up, transforming a once unthinkable scenario into a topic of serious discussion. Could Golden State, the very team that battled LeBron for years in epic final showdowns, actually enter the sweepstakes to land him? The idea itself feels like a plot twist from a Hollywood epic. But here's the kicker, they've done it before. The Warriors have reportedly called the Lakers regarding a trade for the four-time champion previously. This isn't a new, spontaneous thought. It's a dormant desire, a strategic interest that has been simmering beneath the surface. And this time around, they might just have the pieces to make it happen, to finally secure a deal that would send shockwaves through the league. Bleacher Report's Eric Beeston recently laid out a compelling, albeit audacious, proposal in a piece that has set the NBA world ablaze. He pitched an idea that, remarkably, helps both teams shift towards their respective timelines, a rare win-win in the cutthroat world of professional sports. Beeston writes, "Still, one of the league's elite, his best chance of winning a fifth NBA title is no longer in Los Angeles, where the front office is transitioning from a team centered around the best of his generation to one led by Luka Doncic. This isn't just speculation, it's a cold, hard assessment of the current landscape. LeBron, at this stage of his unparalleled career, is singularly focused on championship contention. If the Lakers' long-term vision no longer perfectly aligns with that immediate goal, then a parting of ways, however painful, becomes a logical, if not necessary, step for both parties. Beeston further elaborated on the Warriors' long-standing interest, noting, amid all of the maneuvering going on behind the scenes with the Lakers, Ramona Shelburne and Brian Windhorst reported for ESPN that the Golden State Warriors were one team that had reached out to Los Angeles about a potential deal for James. This isn't just a hypothetical, it's a confirmed interest from a reputable source. The Warriors have been eyeing this possibility, understanding the transformative power of adding a player of LeBron's caliber even for a limited window. So, what would it take to pry the face of the NBA from the Lakers? Beeston's proposed package is substantial, as it would have to be for a player of James's stature. Any deal between the two teams would see the Warriors give up a substantial package for James, with Jonathan Kuminga likely included. Brandon Podziemski may be another asset shipped off to Los Angeles, along with several draft picks. This is where the strategic genius, or perhaps the sheer audacity, of the trade idea truly comes into focus. Jonathan Kuminga, a restricted free agent, represents a young athletic forward with immense upside, a player whose raw talent and defensive versatility could flourish in a new system. Brandon Podziemski, a savvy guard with high basketball IQ and a developing offensive game, also fits the mold of a promising young talent. Both players are on a timeline that perfectly aligns with Luka Doncic, offering the Lakers valuable pieces to build around their new superstar. The thought of the Lakers, or any team for that matter, making a trade involving James, who is considered among the greatest to ever touch a basketball, is on its face absurd. It isn't easy to make sense of, to reconcile with the emotional attachment and historical significance of such a figure. But Los Angeles is now zeroed in on Doncic. This isn't a sentimental decision, it's a cold, calculated move towards a sustainable future. Kuminga and Podziemski fit the Slovenian superstar's timeline, giving him another dynamic guard and a versatile swingman forward to rely on for years to come. This trade, from a Lakers perspective, isn't about giving up on LeBron. It's about fully embracing the Luka era and acquiring assets that will grow alongside him. For the Warriors, the appeal is obvious, almost intoxicating. James and Curry could then each compete for a final title alongside one another, creating a super team unlike anything the league has ever seen. The narrative alone would be worth the price of admission. Imagine the pick and rolls, the off-ball movement, the sheer offensive firepower of two of the game's most intelligent and dominant players finally sharing the same court, wearing the same uniform. It would be a basketball symphony, a masterclass in offensive execution. Furthermore, this move would keep the 41-year-old in California, avoiding a cross-country relocation that might not appeal to a player nearing the end of his career. Of course, there are complexities. The Lakers won't simply buy out James' contract. If he's going to leave as a free agent, it'll be next season, if he doesn't opt to retire and turn the page to a new chapter in his life. This trade scenario bypasses that uncertainty, giving the Lakers valuable assets in return for a player who might otherwise walk for nothing. For the Warriors, it's a calculated gamble, a high-stakes poker game where the chips are their promising young talent and draft capital. But the potential payoff? Immeasurable. This is undeniably a pipe dream for the Warriors and their fans. Adding the face of basketball for the last 2+ decades alongside a superstar guard that quite literally changed the sport of basketball would put them at the center of the sport across the world. The media frenzy, the global attention, the sheer spectacle of it all would be unprecedented. It would be a fitting, almost poetic culmination of an era defined by their rivalry, now transformed into an unlikely alliance. It would be a final, exhilarating push for glory, a chance for two legends to write their last, most audacious chapter together. The question is no longer if it's possible, but how likely is the impossible to become reality? So, what do you think? Is this the ultimate gamble the Warriors should take for one last shot at glory? And for Lakers fans, is parting with LeBron, even for the sake of Luka Doncic's future, a move you could ever truly embrace? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If this mind-bending trade scenario got your heart racing, and your imagination soaring? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive insights and passionate breakdowns of the biggest stories in the NBA. Let's keep this incredible conversation going.